Hi, I'm Karen Gibbs, Creative Director of Batiks by Northcott, and we have two new destinations I want to travel to, and they're going to deliver next March. The destination concept is where in the world do I want to go? And we talk about color, and so we repeat the chop design in color palettes that we would think of for that particular destination. So I've chosen two this time for this release. One is Ireland and one is the Himalayas. So what colors do you start to think about when we talk about that? But first, let's look at the projects in the lookbook. I think the projects are just way awesome for it. If you look here, we've got Himalaya. And there's just a wonderful quilt by Swirly Girl Designs, and it reflects that, right? The Himalayas, the mountains, okay? Starstruck here is, in this palette, quite different with the Himalayan palette. This bag, free download. Wonderful, wonderful bag. Doesn't it showcase it just beautifully? I love this by Kelly Fannin. She's got script kind of quilts, and they're just really sweet and fun. She's done some things for us in the past, and I just love her work. Okay, this particular Starstruck is Ireland, and Daphne's used the geometrics from Ireland in this destination collection for the stars, right? So it gives it a nice high contrast because of the color, but also because of the texture that's in this. This one here, very traditional set, right? By Bound to Be Quilting. So a traditional kind of look with kind of a contemporary collection. And we have fat quarter bundles. Yay! 16 pieces in a fat quarter bundle of our destination, whether you get Ireland, whether you get the Himalayas. We have Rooster in a Hen House as a free download, and it works wonderfully. So you can grab fat quarter bundle and a few bolts, a couple bolts of fabric, and you've got a wonderful presentation of the destination you choose. All right, so let's look at the colorations of these. For Ireland, I wanted to make sure I did the nice, rich greens, right? But I didn't want it just one tone, so I did the background, a couple different greens in the background, and then did some little bit brighter and lighter greens here with the branches. And this one, opposite effect, right? Bright in the background, and then more of the forest green here. You see, you've got the swirl going on here for some texture. You've got some geometrics going on as well. We're popping into the rust and maybe the orange kind of colorations. And you've got to have a light, right? This is a nice warm light in this collection to go with the greens and the rust or the oranges, okay? This one is your multi. So you've got a lot of multi in a more softer palette. And like I said, we did the geometrics, and Daphne used them in the quilt Starstruck, and I thought it was a fantastic idea. We've got a touch of blue in there. You've got to pop in a little bit of the blue in the citrus green, some geometrics. Got to have a good green, right? Put some green with the brown, and then again with the geometrics and some swirls. So this one is Destination Ireland. And let's look over here at Destination Himalayas. All right, so when you're thinking Himalayas, you're thinking sky, you're thinking snow, right? Are you also thinking Himalayan salts? If you're a chef and you have been in the kitchen this last year, you probably have been using that pink little coral kind of thing with Himalayan salt or Himalayan sea salt lamps. All right. Look at these right here. Always love a good neutral, right? And this is more the cool colorations in the grays and the whites, all right? We've got the gray with the blues. And then this, I popped in some purple, right? Some purple with the greens. Look at how many colors are in that one. Amazing colorations, okay? And I love this as a geometric. It's a line, right? It's a stripe, but it's not a stripe. So there isn't matching it up because I've offset that geometric a little bit. Here's another neutral, and did the branches again, but in a multi. So not so much change in color in the motif, but more big balls of color change in the background. Again, another beautiful neutral in the cool tones. It works great with a Katon in the BFFs, doesn't it? And then you've got your geometric. Love this too. It's a high contrast, smaller geometric. This one is high contrast, and it's a little bit larger geometric, right? Okay. And then some leaves And again, with the purple, a little bit of almost a wine kind of coloration. Put that peach in there with the Himalayan sea salt. I love this with actually the Banyan Classics. I think it works wonderfully as a wonderful neutral for it. So those are the 2 destinations that are going to arrive in stores next March.